Hey, welcome to Wednesday Night Magic Standard Format at GameSwap Mason, Ohio.
Chili, GameSwap Mason, Ohio.
Okay, Jason. I'm Robert Meadows.
And I'm Zachary West.
Jason couldn't join us today for, I don't know.
So, right now we have an interesting matchup of Black White Zombies and Ramunap Red. Generally, zombies are favored in this matchup.
Alright, and why is that?
As Robert and I had said last week, zombies usually go bigger each consecutive turn. So say if Mono Red plays a 1-drop, it'll be a 1/1, like a Bowmat Courier or a Village Messenger. Where zombies will play a 2/1 or a Crypt Breaker, which will allow them to either gain card advantage, produce...
Making more dudes?
Yeah.
Alright.
And, obviously drawing cards. Generally, Mono Red is not able to break through, especially if they don't have a fast clock on zombies.
Alright, I can see that.
Zombies, best card in the matchup is usually Dark Salvation.
Yeah, I can see it, because it can actually, deal with a hazard.
Besides that, it's also a removal spell as well as producing creatures.
Alright, and so we got the 1-drop from the Zombies player, which is typically a Grey Star for them.
Yep.
And a 1-drop from the Red player.
And the exact 1-drop that he probably wanted against a Crypt Breaker. Something that'll provide card advantage later.
Alright. Yeah, and do you think is the Black-White matchup a lot better than the Mono-Black matchup against Mono-Red due to, the Shamble Event Manland?
So, usually, the Black-White Zombies players, they're about a turn slower, usually because they take a little bit more setup. Between Shambling Vent, I don't know if he's playing Gideon Main or not, but that's what the White Splash is for, between that and Wayward Servant. So,
Ooh.
and a Cartouche of Zeal.
Yeah, I've gotten blown out by that Unlimited before. I was not happy. Alright, so... What could Tony be holding up with this 2-mana here?
Most likely he's going to activate that Crypt Baker. Oh, apparently not. Usually, he'll make a 2/2. And he could have actually traded with that Falconwrath Gorger right there. It just gives it +1/+1 in haste.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, trade with it, deal with the 3/2 body.
Yeah, and it's just a 2 for... Well, yeah, it's just a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Assuming Tony pitches just like a land or something that's, not actually helpful in this situation here.
Alright. And he does end up pitching the land, which you accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
So... What do you think Tony's probably wanting to do this turn?
Right now, he's probably going to play like or a Lord. Either a Lord or a Diagraph Colossus, one of the two. The problem with playing a Diagraph Colossus right here is that it gets shocked.
Yeah, because it's not really big due to the no zombies in the graveyard, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just got a... Tony has 5 power on the board that can attack right now. Pretty much catches up damage done by both players, correct?
Yeah, and Justin most likely is going to play some form of removal here on that Lord between either a Braid or his Incendiary. I think he has an Incendiary float in his hand.
I see it too.
He also has another Bowmat Courier. I can't really tell. Yeah, it looks like he has multiple Incendiary flows. So... Justin's more than likely just going to burn this Lord out of the way, which is usually what the burn is for here in this matchup. It rarely goes to the face. But it looks like he's also stuck on lands here.
Yep. I mean, that may not be a problem for him since he has, a lot of 2-mana. A lot of, removal spells in hand deal with, all the Lord's threats that Tony can be producing.
Yeah, and he honestly has one of the best removal spells for these types of Lords, which is Incendiary Flow, so that if Tony does have a Diagraph Colossus, it's not going to grow it.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah.
So hopefully Tony has a backup Lord, or
I think he has another land in hand, and maybe a Liliana's Mastery.
All right, so he might just be trying to build a board for that Liliana's Mastery to try and pull ahead.
Yeah, I can imagine Tony would want to pitch a land here, make a token, and then if he has that Liliana's Mastery, play his other land, and okay. So
All
Justin's just getting a little aggressive with those.
I can see that.
I don't I can't imagine that he actually wants to attack with that Bowmat Courier, because Tony can just make a token and then block the 1/1 with that.
Yeah. Like, Justin's going to need those cards in hand eventually.
Yeah. I know he has another Bowmat Courier, and he has either a Shock, I think he has another Cartouche of Zeal.
Alright.
But Tony's not at a low enough life total that that he should still be getting in with this 1/1.
I agree. Alright.
Alright. The Bowmat Courier's down.
Yeah, it might just be a little misstep by Justin.
Yeah. If you play mono red, you get used to just turning your creature sideways, regardless of what's going on.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I can see from what we know from his hand that his creatures are the main source of damage right now.
Yeah, and actually, that's not. He needs either a Glory Bringer if he is actually playing that. Oh, and it looks like Tony might just be land flooded.
Oh. I see a land and someone else in Tony's hand. I can't really see what.
Okay. Yeah, I see a land, and it looked like a colorless card, but I could not tell.
Oh, is that a Borderline Marauder?
What is it?
The card that's in Justin's hands that's only legal to the event deck or like the starter deck.
The 1/2 that whenever it attacks gets +2/+0.
Yeah,
I think so, and I think I also see a Reckless Bushwhacker right here as well.
That might just be a replacement for some of the more expensive cards, I imagine.
Yeah, it maybe more explosive starts, considering he's playing Cartouche of Zeal in his deck, as opposed to maybe more like higher mana costing cards such as Collective Defiance and things of that nature.
All right, I can see that. So we got another Cartouche here on the Falcon Loft Gorge, right? Mm-hmm. Sweet, I know standard cards.
And he's going to make it so that Crypt Breaker is not able to block.
But Tony can just like make another zombie to block something if he chooses.
Exactly.
But now that zombie cannot trade with this Falcon Loft.
No, and that's kind of big. Tony's going to start getting buried under this 4/3, unless he
draws like a Dark Salvation.
Yeah, he also next turn though he can.
Oh, that's the card that was in Tony's hand.
Okay, so he played the 1 white card. I cannot remember the name of it. That destroy target creature that's
blocking or being blocked by a zombie. Correct?
Yes.
So,
yes.
If you don't know it, I don't feel guilty about not knowing it.
Yeah. I just can't remember the name of that card. I haven't seen it since I was playing Limited.
I don't think I got blown out by that card. I don't think so. Maybe. Who knows? So being stuck on 2 lands is really biting Justin in the butt here.
It is. But if I'm Tony,
all right,
I've got this man land, and I keep drawing lands, and I'm not really doing much. And eventually, Justin's going to start drawing lands, and he's going to be able to push through a lot more damage.
All right.
So what I would do is I would leave the man land up and leave, those tokens back, or just get in with the man land, pitch a land that I just drew, and draw a card with my zombies. Since I'm going to be gaining life with my man land anyways, Justin's tapped out. You have no worry of removal or anything like that.
And if Justin just wants to trade the Bowmat card, that's even better for you.
Exactly.
Because
Justin's not going to cash it in right now. He has 4 cards in hand. He's not going to cash in 4 spells for an unknown.
Yeah. All right, so make another zombie. Yep. Make another dude.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm Tony, I think I'd rather animate that man land right there. Okay, see, built to smash right here. Becomes a 4/4 with trample and first strike since it's an artifact creature. Yep. So it takes 2 right here.
Yeah.
But he would be able to activate that man land and pitch a land.
Oh yeah, because he can just activate man land, still have the man land, another man. Oh yeah. What?
So it looks as if Justin pitched those cards in his hand. There was like you said, the Borderland Marauder, and I can't see what else was in this hand.
Yep. So Justin just got to land for that 1 mana.
Mm-hmm. And if
We'll see how it pays out.
yeah, I think Tony's just
Going to go the aggressive here.
yeah, and he might as well get in with that crit breaker as well. Put Justin down to 2. There's nothing really he can draw here that's going to be able to get him out of this unless he has a Sweltering Suns.
In the mono red deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey man, I seen crazier.
Yeah, I mean I have 2.
Like I seen Anger the Gods being brought into Kiki Cord Mirror in Modern.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And we're gonna go to game 2.
Yep. That was.
Okay. All right.
All right. And yeah, that's game. I think if Justin didn't stumble on lands, found land 3 round. I mean, if he found land 3, not round 3. His 3rd land eventually, it might have been a game more in his favor since he was so ahead earlier on.
Well, like we said, we saw his hand. It had a Reckless Bushwhacker in it.
All right.
He had the Borderland Marauder, and he had another Cartouche of Zeal, I believe. So, I mean, he was putting on enough pressure as it was that he would be able to set up a turn where maybe he sets up his Borderland Marauder with a Cartouche of Zeal and makes it a 2/3. Tony's not able to really to swing through that, and then he sets it up to where he's able to play like multiple threats and then his Reckless Bushwhacker.
Yep. All right, I can totally see that.
I feel as if Justin, considering he's playing Cartouche of Zeal and Borderland Marauder, that he's playing a very, very light land count, maybe even 20.
All right. And how many lands do most mono red lists run right now?
Right now, it depends on the type of list. Mono red, if it's playing like a lower to the ground version with a lot of 1 and 2 drops, it'll play 22. And if it's playing the more mid-range version with main deck Chandras and Glorybringers, that deck will play 24.
All right. So I just imagine. What do you think's coming in from both players in this matchup?
So Tony, hilariously enough, actually has a good main deck card with that 1 white destroy target creature that's blocked by a zombie, blocked by a zombie. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that he's bringing in things like. Well, he was not going to bring in his Gideons. I don't think Never to Return, which they usually play, is very good in this matchup either. Unless he expects Justin to go like in a more mid-range plan. If Justin were to have more lands in his board with, say, Chandra or Glorybringer like that, sometimes these Ramunap red decks, if they're playing like the lower to the ground version, will do that plan.
All right.
And usually that does work against black-white zombies, or just mono-black zombies.
Yeah.
Generally don't see black-white zombies anymore. Maybe Tony just wants to get his Gideons in while he can.
I don't blame him for that. I mean, I'm glad that card is going.
I am too.
All right.
I have lost to Martyr vehicles enough times to be annoyed by that card.
I just don't like how. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like how much value you get from that card just in standard alone. Like, how much value produces in standard.
Well, the problem is not the value, because you could make the same argument that Tireless Tracker produces a ton of value as well.
Yeah.
But it's more of a mana sink value as opposed to Gideon, which on 1 body and just uptaking its abilities, you don't have to devote any more mana to it.
Correct.
It can be very aggressive by becoming a 5/5 indestructible.
Or you just keep on making dudes.
Or you can continue to make dudes, or you can emblem and just end the game.
All right, yeah.
So by himself, he ends the game.
Yes.
You don't have to play any other cards. He'll just end the game himself. That is the annoying part with Gideon.
Yes. And that's why I'm glad he's going away. I have lost to that card many times in standard.
And a couple times in modern.
I haven't lost to that card. I've beaten people with that card.
All right.
Yeah, I have.
So Justin in this matchup, say he is going on the mid-range plan.
All right.
Sometimes these decks tend to play things like Sweltering Suns and things of that nature because the zombies matchup is bad.
All right.
So they'll go on a removal-heavy mid-range plan with, like I said, Chandra, Glorybringer, and then Hazred as their finisher if Glorybringer's not ending the game.
All right, so like just basically cut a lot of their 1 to 2 drops.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Justin may stay on the aggressive plan since he will be on the play this first game.
All right.
And Tony will have to respond. Like I said, one of Tony's best cards in this matchup is something like Wayward Servant, which, as a 2-drop is just 2/2, for a black and a white.
Oh, yeah, that one.
But whenever another zombie enters the battlefield,
he gains 1.
And they lose 1.
Yeah.
So.
What part of that test is more relevant? The gain 1 or Justin losing 1?
Probably the gain 1.
Yeah, that's what I imagine too. I mean,
it's not just that. It's just in conjunction with other Wayward Servants, they tend to steamroll and kind of spiral out of control.
Yeah.
So we'll see if these two decide to keep their 7s.
All right.
Looks like Tony's got 2 swamps, and 2 plains,
2 Wayward Servants,
and 2 Wayward Servants. Yep.
All right. Oh, a school.
And a Soul Scar Mage for Justin on turn 1, which is very good card on turn 1.
Yep. I mean, but this card is like one of the most confusing roles interaction with Incendiary Flow and Standard right now.
Yeah. With Incendiary Flow, the way it's worded, the damage will be dealt to the creature before the second line of text happens.
No, it basically, since it's not damage, it's -1 counts instead.
Yeah. With Soul Scar Mage on the field.
Yeah. And since no damage from it never happens, it goes to the graveyard.
Yeah. Now there is a difference between that and Magma Spray.
Yeah.
Because Magma Spray's text said if that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. I actually saw that rules interaction here a few weeks ago when someone attempted to Incendiary Flow with a Soul Scar Mage out a Scrap Heap Scrounger.
And I bet he was not happy.
No, he was a little confused as to why it didn't get exiled.
I would be too if I didn't know the rules interaction.
So Justin right here
with a
Blood Rage Brawler.
I like that.
I do too. And he's got a Cartouche of Zeal as
Woo!
well.
This is going to be a lot of damage.
This is going to be a lot of damage. This is actually 7 damage coming at Tony real fast.
What do you say? It's like Sonic fast?
Not Sonic fast.
Not yet. We're not there that fast yet.
No.
Dang it.
And Justin has a Shock in his hand as well.
Just to give him more reach?
Yeah, but it looks as if Tony's going to play Relentless Dead, Gain a Life, Drain Justin. And if I'm him, I'm getting in with that Wayward Servant.
He must decide not to. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It happens.
I don't think you want to block with it.
Because, it's your best way of incremental life gain in this matchup?
Well, it's just how he's going to try to keep himself in this game, in this blazing matchup. I think he has another one in hand, and I think I would have rather played that, but I know in his mind he's got to throw down that Relentless Dead as a blocker that he would be able to bring back. But it costs 1 black to bring it back. So...
What?
He's got the 1 white removal spell.
Okay, so Justin was playing around that with the Minotaur?
Yeah. So he didn't throw it away.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I think Tony just drew another?
He absolutely did. And like I said, he has got another Wayward Servant in his hand.
Which is going to be great right here.
Yep.
And then this Drain and Gain begins.
Yes, and it looks as if Tony also has a Liliana's Mastery in his hand as well. No.
Is this like a 2/3 or
what is it?
Wayward Servant is a
2/2.
2/2. So, so if he shocks it in response, what happens? Or do you not know?
It's already declared as a blocker.
All right.
So it's already been blocked.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if he is able to remove the blocker.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so I can't tell.
All right.
He does have a shock in his hand, but he's gonna have to shock one of those Wayward Servants in response to this.
All right. All right, come on, Justin. Shock. All right.
And it looks as if he's trying to determine which order things are happening.
I mean, it's kind of too late now.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah.
I think even if he did shock right here, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference on the match right now.
No, and like you said, Liliana's Mastery is a very hard card for this type of deck to beat, and this is why the Zombies matchup is so hard. Like I said, all the creatures have been outclassed.
Yep.
Even with Cartouche of Zeal.
And guess Justin shocked himself.
Yep.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall.
Yep. And
that'll do it.
And the match is over.
Yep. That went a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah, like I said, it is not a great matchup for Ramunap Red at all.
Really?
And that's why zombies have been picking up in popularity, or they did after the Pro Tour.
All right.
And then Teamer Energy picked up popularity because it beats zombie decks.
All right. So what beats his Teamer Energy deck?
Generally like the blue base control decks.
Really?
But, yeah, like blue-red control. The blue-black control is a very hard matchup for that deck.
Really? I've yet to actually get to play the blue-black control deck.
And the blue-black control deck has a hard matchup against the Ramunap Red deck.
It's like a rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, exactly.
Except with more rocks, paper, and scissors options.
The definition of a healthy standard format.
You know what? I don't see what was wrong with Marvel. Blue-red control beat it.
Yeah. Air quotes beat it.
Beat it.
Yeah.
AKA we got lucky and had the right counters at the time.
Yeah. So that's it for round 1.
Yep. We might be able to get another match in, but we'll probably just see you at round 2 again.
We'll see if we can scrounge one up real fast.
All right. All right. See you guys soon.